our next episode of Cooking with Michael. As you can see, tonight, for the first time ever, we are cooking and filming live in front of a studio audience. Or we're using sound effects. Whatever works. We also have added a brand new house band. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the house band. Okay, it's Squidward and the Bikini Bottom Band, but it doesn't matter, it's still fun, right? Okay, so here we are. We're for our next episode, and thank you for joining us. As always, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been watching, and everyone who's been giving us suggestions and allowing us to continue to grow this, subscribing, sharing, commenting. We're loving every minute of it. As you can see, we are doing more and more each time, and tonight's episode can be no different. If you think you're expecting something, don't. Tonight is going to be a lot of fun and a great date night dinner. I want to talk a little bit about the date night dinner tonight, though. So let me ask you a question. How many of you out there, and by show of hands, have grew up poor? How about those of you who grew up in a single-parent household, or maybe a two-parent household where either both worked or one couldn't work for one reason or another, and you could tell the parents lived probably paycheck to paycheck because you had just what you needed to survive, and that was about it. I grew up in a single-parent household. My mom worked overtime every day to make sure she was providing for my sister and I. And one other question, how many of you actually raised your hand while watching the video? Okay. I really can't see you. This is not like Romper Room. I can't tell who, I can't tell if Jimmy and Bobby and Davey are watching. But anyway, so the dinner we're going to do tonight is a dinner that is actually good for two people. My mom used to make it for my sister and I. And it's a dinner that back in the day was a lot cheaper. But even now, you can literally cook the entire dinner for less than $10 for two people. That's right, $10. Not including, of course, and real quick, as always, we always talk about the Pinot Grigio. Tonight's not a Pinot Grigio night. It's a beer night. That's right. This kind of food, it's like a bar food kind of thing, so it's a beer night. And no, my mother didn't take us to bars. It just happens to be something that I would think is probably a good bar type food. But anyway, gotta drink a little bit of my beer. Thanks again, Andrew Chapel Beer and Wine. You always take care of us. Anyway, so what you're gonna see tonight is actually it's chicken hearts and rice. And those of you who are going, what is he making? Isn't that like dog food? No, it really isn't. It's chicken hearts, it's rice, cooked together, and like I said, very quick, very inexpensive, less than $10. You'll see when I do the ingredients here in just a second, I've got over 2 pounds of chicken hearts from my butcher for about $4. And I did, of course, go to my butcher to get them. This is not supposedly fresh, like he didn't package them that day, but they're packaged in the last day or two. As they cut up the chicken and stuff. So it's still very similar, fresh food, things like that. So anyway, it's a great meal. I know some of you who are, already thinking to yourself, I don't like organ meat. As my producer, Melissa, has been telling me all week, she doesn't like organ meat, which is probably why she's still single. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Melissa had to do it. Anyway, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to show you how to make this. Trust me on this one. Watch all the way through. You'll have a great dinner when it's all done. And I promise you, if your date night doesn't love it, you'll have one hell of a story to talk about. So we'll be right back. We'll show you how to make this. It's quick. It's easy. And let's get this party started. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, you can see what we are using here tonight. We're using, obviously, the 2 pounds of chicken hearts, chicken bouillon powder, rice, olive oil, and, of course, the beer. We have to have beer tonight. So, anyway, these are our ingredients, and we'll show you how to put them all together. Okay, and we're getting ready to cook. You're probably wondering first, though, why I'm wearing a stethoscope. Well, for those of you who knew me back in the day, I worked in a hospital for many years. I was also a licensed paramedic in the state of Pennsylvania, and did some volunteer work and things like that. So whenever I see a heart that's not beating, my impulse is to make it start again. There's our heart. So let me listen. All right, the heart, it's not working. So let me try the 1, 2. Try to massage the heart a little bit, trying to get it going. It's not working. Oh no, it's not working. We can't get the heart going. All right, I got an idea. How about we use the chicken AED? That's right, the chicken AED. All right, so what we're gonna do, so we're gonna rub these together. We're gonna go clear. Nope. Try it again. Clear. Nope. One more time. I gotta try one more time. Clear. Looks like the chicken AED didn't work. Looks like it's a lost cause. Ah, hell, let's just boil them. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to boil them. Let's get started with the cooking. If they are frozen still, it takes about 30 to 35 minutes to cook. If they're not frozen, about 20 minutes. You just want to make sure they're cooked all the way through. Boiling will do that just fine. So turn the stove on. We've got our pot already here, already full of water, as you can see. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to put it right in there once that water starts to boil. After we do that, I'm going to then, once that's boiling, we're going to start the rice. And I know we typically do, I always say we're not going to show you how to make rice. Tonight we're going to actually show you and include it because it's a little bit different than just how you do normal rice. If you're just doing a side of white rice or steamed rice or what have you. So, by the way, real quick, this is what a package of chicken hearts looks like. As you can see, there's several pounds of chicken hearts, and they are just about that big. Okay, some are a little smaller, some are a little bigger, things like that. So we'll use those. The other thing you want to do real quick while this is waiting, you want to get, we're going to use chicken broth. As you saw, I used my chicken bouillon powder. Let me grab it here. So I used my chicken bouillon powder. And 1 teaspoon equals 1 cup of water. And we're going to put some in the chicken hearts. We're also going to put it in the rice too. So I already have 4 cups of water ready with chicken bouillon already cooked into it for the rice. We'll put some of this into the hearts, and we're boiling those as well, which will help flavor the hearts. Because to be honest with you, if you've ever had chicken liver, there's not a lot of taste to it. Liver has a little bit of an iron taste to it, which I don't like, to be honest with you. But there's not a lot of other flavor to it. The chicken hearts really have very little flavor, if any at all. So to season them, I put some chicken bouillon, chicken powder in there into the water while they're boiling. That helps give them a little bit of chicken flavor, which is great. And another thing, and I know Melissa, and my producer Melissa is going, are you fact checking this? I am. Chicken hearts, like any other organ meat, and again, she doesn't like organ meat. Okay, is very healthy. It's high in B vitamins. It does help prevent heart disease in some people. So it is actually a healthy food. Of course, every food has its unhealthy components to it, but chicken hearts definitely has a lot of B vitamins and some other vitamins and things like that, just like other organ meats. So anyway, we'll let that boil, and we'll be right back. All right, the water's not boiling, so I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to put the chicken hearts in there. Okay, so let's put that down. You can see the water's boiling. Get my chicken hearts out. Now you can see, as I said, these hearts are really big, and these must have been one giant cock. Sorry, couldn't resist. Anyway, so we're gonna take the chicken hearts. We're gonna put them in there. As we were prepping for this this week, my producer made a comment, and my lovely wife and executive producer and director face palmed herself when this was said. But my producer said she would, even though she's not a big fan, she doesn't like organ meats, that she would choke this down. Actually, her exact words were, she would choke down the organ meat if it meant she didn't have to cook anymore for her family. And I have to be honest with you, I almost had a heart attack from laughing so hard. But that's okay because I had the chicken AED, so we're good to go. Anyway, so we're going to put those in. And that is it. Now we're going to take the chicken bouillon, the chicken powder, and I'm not really going to measure it out because, as you know, I'm not a big fan of measuring. So I'm just going to put some in there, okay? And just to get it going so we can add some flavor. We'll put the lid back on, and we'll set the timer for 30 minutes. So we set the timer for 30 minutes. All right, now next what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my skillet. And what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to take my olive oil that I got at Aldi. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some oil in there, and we're going to heat that up until it's nice and hot, because we're going to take the rice. We take 2 cups of rice, and we're going to put it in there and brown. And of course, an episode like tonight, with all of the puns and everything else that we've been doing and the fun we've been having, can't help but just say it. I noticed this after the fact. We were getting ready to start filming today, that the rice brand, we're making chicken hearts, the brand of rice that we got at our Asian market is, I can't help it, but it's Cock brand. That's right. So I am using Cock brand rice to make with my chicken hearts. Organ meat with Cock rice. Okay. I think I've made enough point of that. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this continue to heat up. As you can see, it's already getting nice and thin. It heats up really quickly on this stove, which is great. And then we're going to take and we're going to put 2 cups of rice in, and we're going to stir it around till it's just starting to brown. You don't want to burn it, of course. And then we'll put our chicken broth in there, and we'll let it cook for about 15 minutes covered, and then and it should be done with that. Now, rice on a skillet like this is it's kind of a give and take. It's kind of a game time decision as it gets close to 15 minutes. You want to see if the rice is still a little crunchy. You add a little more broth to it to get it to finish cooking. If it's not quite, or if it's mushy, but there's still liquid in there, you take the lid off and cook off the rest of the liquid. So it's really kind of like a game time thing. This is where you got to make sure, and I say it all the time, you stay right with your food, so you don't burn it, overcook it, undercook it, anything like that. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if the oil is ready. If you've watched our episodes before, of course, thank you. You just reach over, grab a little bit of water on our finger, put it in there. You can hear it. Sizzling, so that means it's done. So, and we're just going to move this, and we're going to just keep stirring this around. If you watched our episode last week, we did have a little bit of a Finding Nemo joke. Just keep stirring, and that's what we're going to do here. You want to get the rice just slightly browned before we put the broth in. So we're going to keep doing that, and then we'll add the broth, and we'll go from there. All right, and as you can see, we're still stirring. It does take, I will be honest, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to get a nice brown hue on the rice. But you can see it's got some brownness to it now. So I'm going to reach over. I'm going to take my chicken broth that I made with the bouillon, 4 cups. Okay, 4 cups of broth, and I'm just going to pour it right in. Bring it right in. And I'll bring it to a boil. Start around again. And then I'm going to cook it for 15 minutes, okay? The whole dish, as I said, the longest really is the cooking of the chicken hearts. That's why you do the rice and stuff while the chicken hearts are cooking. So you can see it's boiling. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover this up, okay? And we're going to turn it down and let it simmer. And for, like I said, for about 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, we're going to check to see how it's looking. Again, remember, if it's still crunchy, add a little more broth. If it's not crunchy and it's got too much liquid in it, take the top off, let it boil away, or it could be perfect. So that's the great thing about cooking is you just never know. Sometimes these little pieces kind of don't come together the way it's supposed to, but that's okay. That's why I love this so much. So anyway, we'll let this go, and then we'll show you what it's like when it's almost done. All right? All right. A couple minutes left to go in the chicken hearts. We're going to go ahead and turn off the rice. As you can see, it actually is done. It did a little bit quicker. That's why I always say don't walk away from your food, because if we had walked away, it could have burned and we didn't know. So kept an eye on it. Look. See the juice is done. The rice is actually perfectly tender and it's the right consistency, everything. So the chicken hearts are done. We're going to combine them. Well, first we're going to drain them. Then we're going to combine them. We'll try them, and then we'll finish this all up and have a great date night dinner. So sit tight and be right back. All right, about 10 seconds left to go. When that timer goes off, we'll drain them, mix them, and then we'll put it together and we'll taste it and see what it's like. And I think you're going to find it's a great dinner. Ooh, timer's off. All right, so this is what they look like when they're done. You can see they just are, and I'm spilling right on the hot stove. You can see they're just, they're just chicken hearts that are nice and brown. So go ahead and pour those right into the top there. And now I'm going to stir them up with the rice. Just mix them all together with the rice. So it's a nice mixture as opposed to, a little bit heavy on one side or the other. Yeah, it's funny, as I said, we were talking about this and preparing for this episode. And my wife really does love this meal. And actually, I really do too. And it does remind me of when I was growing up. And I'm going to take just a little bit here for the tasting. You can see nice rice and hearts. Move this back here a little bit. Put the lid back on it because any comments, but my cats do love this as well. Hold on a second, I got to grab a taste of my wine. Maybe I've had too many of the beers tonight. All right, so I'm going to reach over, grab a fork, and I'm literally just going to blow on it here. It's because it's hot. Shocker, just came out of the stove. And it's perfect. It absolutely is a great dish. I really like this dish. All right. It's a great dish. All jokes aside, it's quick, about 30 minutes total to cook, less than $10 to make total. So it's quick, it's inexpensive. It does give you a nice date night dinner. It really is good. It's just like, like I said, many of you like liver. It's a lot of the same thing. It's just a different part of the chicken. So if you've never heard of it, never thought about it, give it a shot. What's the worst case scenario? You don't like it? Okay. If you don't, that's what these are for, and you got DoorDash. But I think you'll find you will like it. It is a great dinner. My wife loves it. I love it. And actually, my kids, who are picky as hell, love it as well too. So my daughter, 16 years old, has had it many times growing up too. So something I learned from my mom, but something that's been a great staple in my life. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will continue to watch our episodes. If you know anybody who would benefit from them or like them or just find this one a good one, please share, like, comment, subscribe, what have you. Obviously, as I always say, the more subscriptions, the more likes, the more shares, the more we show up in people's feeds, and the more people will watch us, and the more we can keep doing what we do. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it. I really, really do, because I think of all the food that we try, everyone's tried most likely everything we've made. They've tried in one way, shape, or form, because as we say, cooking, there's a million ways to make the same dish. But I guarantee most of you probably have not tried this, and I promise you, you're going to like it. So, and if I'm wrong, come find me. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I do look forward to seeing you every week, Saturday nights, 8 p.m., on Cooking with Michael. Now, we're going to have Squidward and the Bikini Bottom Band roll us out with the credits. So, thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.